What is up, my lovely fiends? Man, this was a long ass fucking climb out of the dirt, out of the hell that was Diamond 5, Diamond 4, Diamond 3. No spoilers. I mentioned this last video about what these last few replays are going to be. I'll try to get through these a little bit quicker because, your boy recorded without his mic, and I officially feel the pain of those YouTubers now. We're like, oh, I just did this however long video and all this take, and you listen to this shit ass quality. Anyway, Harpies to make my mood so much better. That's why I search out the evenly, just to do a little bit of deck thing. I always do that when someone tries to pop my back row. Just think about the most useless trap I don't want to draw into. Maxi them, because I know they're Exosister, so they opt to not do the Maxi challenge. Smart on them. Exosister can play around that with the traps. So that's what they opt to do, and this was my big misplay. I should have set my Metaverse. I was counting on bouncing their Ellis because I thought their effects won't go off. But no, they're still able to do that. They're able to target my lady because I didn't have a set Metaverse in the first place. Feels awful. They're now able to opt the Michaelis, bounce, or banish my lovely. I pop it as a return, thing off that effect. But it's not the end of the world. I still have a D barrier. I still have another big welcome. Gonna use that to pop the last card in their hand. Or second to last, right? Whew. This is a board. But I also D-barrier, right? So, and Maxi, because go fuck yourself. That was the biggest fuck you play I could make. I was like, that's like, alright, play. So they kind of have to do the Maxi challenge. Although, think about it, they don't have any traps. They're under D-barrier. And they just realized that they're under D-barrier. Like, why no XC summon? Why no XC summon? That's why, stupid motherfucker. Okay. So, on to game number 2. Oh, sorry, was that... Oopsie. Let's see what game I'm about to commentate over the same game. Was this the Exosister game? I don't think so. The background looks different. My hand looks different too. Oopsie. Okay. So what do I draw? Lava Golem. Always love to see it. JK, I don't. But Clock Degenerate. Oh, I remember this game. Oh, man. I feel bad for my opponent and their fake Master Border. Look at that. That's not the real golden one that you have. Yeah, get fucked, kid, dude. Like, I just searched Dogmatica because, fuck it, let's see what they have. I haven't gone against a lot of tier. Just a couple times today. Boom. Because, yeah, it was just today that I hit the Diamond 2. So, you'll see my last game that I had of today in a couple, I think game number 6. Last one for today. But yeah, I had a very egregious board. I did eventually put in Chaos Hunter. And I should have just gone into it. I should have used these two to go into it because I would have been able to use Big Welcome anyway to search another lady and bounce something else. Probably the lady I would have searched itself. Still pop something. Still have Chaos Angel. But this is like one of my most disgusting boards I think I've ever been able to make. So I thought to just leave that in there. No mercy, no remorse. I choose violence. I pop something. Also, first turn I popped a valence card out of their hand. It's Pendulum, so I should have searched the D barrier instead of the Dogmatica card and just instantly call Pendulum off the rip. That would have been the safer play, but you can't go wrong with nice little Dogmatica action there. So would have popped the Pendulum zones anyway. Here we have a extremely shapoopoo hand going first. Please don't Ash. I'm like, okay, no Ash. I'm still in this game. I opt to go Furniture because I'm like, this gives me a guaranteed welcome trap. I just grab regular welcome, pass, and they know what it is too. So they're like, I bet my opponent's like, awesome. They just set pass. What a fucking noob, right? Loser, you're gonna get owned. And I never saw a deck like this, so I just maxi off the rip because they're about to special summon something. I thought this was gonna be tier with Diviner or Sprite. I'm like, what is going on here? So I just instantly welcome, grab my lady, figure that maybe that's a smart thing to do, and just kind of watch what's going on. Okay, at least I'm drawing off of this. I should probably droll that. I think I'm done drawing. I might not live. I don't want them to search anything else. They pop that with their field spell effect. Here's where our lady... here's the big mistake. They actually had 10,000 damage, so they had well over a game on board. But with Lady, they're kind of forced to negate that with Sprite, or else they weren't forced to. They could have just passed, because obviously none of these could beat over the 29 booty. So they go for the greedy play. Maybe they miscalculate, but this is 7,800 damage. So I'll live with 200. And you guys can see what I have in my hand. And a battle phase. Let's go. Fucking Oppenheimer, their fucking board. That's one of the most powerful evenlies I think I've ever had. Holy shit. Shit was atomic. I draw into ass anyway, but I'm sure they tilted because after you get evenly and you see your opponent just draw 2 for no fucking reason, it's incredibly tilting. So they just opt to bounce out of that fucking game. They didn't see what was in my hand, though. I had, of course, drew into Lovely, but whatever. We take those dubs. Thank you, evenly. Here, we like to see Lava Golem going second, along with Max C. I have a stove, too, so if there's something I could draw for that. Ooh, this is great. Max C, please don't negate. Oh, let's go. Perfect against fucking rocks. I hate this deck so much. Right, like I said, I'm always going second, but it's the first time I'm actually able to Max C them. So, pitch Lava Golem. It's going to be useless with just the Baguska. I do this. This was a mistake. Big mistake. This is a hard once per turn with Lady. I don't know why I activated that. I guess I was thinking it's like Impen from Flu, right? That I could activate in defense. No. That's not how that works. But yeah, I make the smart play of that was my plan. I'm just going to use Big Welcome, bring Clock, since I have the D-Barrier in my hand, set D-Barrier, etc., etc. They make me almost shit my pants with this trap. You guys could read this. Heads, they call it right. They banish my entire graveyard. That is fucking busted. If they call it wrong, they mill a bunch of cards, I think. So anyway, D-Barrier like my plan. So they instantly negate my Ariana. That's okay. And I just, old school style, just beat over the Baguska since it's negated. Set it evenly so I can make this into a Pseudo Towers. Also, with that first pot of Extrav, I banished all 6 of my links. Didn't matter super much in this game. We're in like a super grind gamey type of environment here. Draw evenly, of course. Whatever. What do I get off of this pot of Extrav? Another stove. Okay. Get rid of that other evenly. Make that stove useful. This was a bit risky, but I think I was planning on just doing something or an aggressive play. I was like, if they evenly me. I just want to get this damage in. They're going to live on like 200. So I figured if they evenly me, I would have just kept probably everything except for the Big Welcome. It didn't matter. It was just GG. I had a feeling that they didn't run evenly because they're not alphas like me. Sorry, man. Not everybody, what's the saying? Not everybody could be a mod champ. Some people are mod chokes. So, little Pokemon reference for you guys out there. This would be an extremely good hand going first. So here I'm like, oh, fuck, this is a going second hand. This doesn't feel good against definitely Kashtira. Full-on Kashtira. Oof. And I do remember this game fairly well. Obviously, I did commentate it and delete the recording because my mic wasn't in, but there's about 1 or 2 misplays here. Really one specific misplay. Yeah, this was interesting. They opt to banish face down my Intis. Usually they tunnel vision to the Zeus. They always banish the Zeus. They're like, oh my god, I don't want to Zeus me. I get the Imperm off the top. That won me the game, honestly, because nothing beats the feeling of just like Imperm in the same column and just going. It's just like it's like putting your finger over your opponent's lips and going, no, shut the fuck up, right? You're not doing this. Let me do my plays. You know, grab my clock. Grab my Lady. Oh, this was the first misplay. I totally didn't need to summon Lady right away. I could have just Ariana'd and then big welcomed effect off the clock, bounce Ariana, start popping things on their board. So they get a free Garura. Out of anger, I just slam down to Necro Valley. I'm like, fuck you. You're not using that Kashtira at birth. I'm going to big welcome, grab Lady. That's pretty much the only option I could do. Bring back Lady because I want to D-barrier chain to their Shangri-La. I like calling it that. It is what it is. And yeah, so they can't Xyz, and I get the search. I figured they didn't have any interruption, so here's the Dogmatica, and I chain clock off of that. So now I could Dogmatica this turn. Here's my first replay. Or misplay, excuse me. I did not need, right, they were posturing. I was like, why are they attacking me? They're not going to do their effect under D-barrier. I'm like, oh, they're going to Zeus me. They're under D-barrier. They can't fucking Zeus me. Anyway, so I like hastily popped that stuff, which isn't like a huge egregious misplay, but I could have just done it this turn right now and then done the same thing we just saw before. Pop those two, attack over this guy. But because I activated Dogmatica this turn, I would have had another trap off of Lady because I know they didn't have any interruption for that. So I could have had another D-barrier, and that would have been smart, or maybe like a compulse. D-barrier would have been the smarter thing because I didn't know what was in their hand. They just ogre. I'm like, oh, bet. And also, I think before we didn't see it, but they banished this. I went back down to 2 Ku Klux. This is going to be important in a second. Just give it a second. Attack over the ogre. I'm like, okay, I'm big chillin'. I'm just going to, see what they do. Let's go. I think I win. Like, Necro Valley, they completely shuts down their Cashier of Birth. Necro Valley kind of honestly helped win me the game on top of that imperm. So here, Stove, pitch that, make that useful, get that welcome there. And here I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to use Ariana, grab my Ku Klux, use D-barrier so I could D-barrier this turn, just completely shut their ass down. You see I grabbed Lady because the fucking other Ku Klux is in here. 1 in grave, 1 in here. It is what it is. It feels bad. I'm like, oh, I shit my pants. I'm like, uh-oh. Are they going to Xyz? Uh-oh. No. They just did that. I guess didn't know that it goes back in the end phase. I'm not going to fuck around with the extra. I'm just going to attack for game. Take them out of their misery. Sorry, Lego. I stepped all over you, and I don't give a fuck because I'm a monster. So here's the last game. It'll be a little bit longer, 8 turn 1. But yeah, this should still be under 15 minutes. I know you guys probably prefer like a 10-minute thing. I hope you guys aren't getting too sick of Labrynth the Master. I know I was a little bit right doing this climb twice. This is like the prestige. You know what I mean? This is like me, the equivalent of me prestiging in Call of Duty. I just said, fuck it. Let's start back from the beginning because why not? Instead of doing it on a new account, I just did it with my own account. So instantly I draw against that. This is my promotion game to Diamond 2, by the way. I played this today. This is fresh in my memory. I have Drytron. I'm like, of course I'm going second against Drytron. But I was like, wait, fucking draw lock. It shuts it down. Oh my god, they passed turn. Let's fucking go. Yes. I just go straight to main phase 2 in case they had it evenly. So Necro, pitch Metaverse. Don't need that. I'm not running Labrynth as of now. When I start seeing a lot less of tier, I still saw a few today. When I see less, I will put Labrynth back in. But honestly, the pros don't really use it, and you don't really need it. Since the new support with Big Welcome and Lady. It's only really good like on release when there's a lot of mirror matches. It's like that Labrynth would win you the mirror match. But yeah, I'm just able to straight up tell them no. I'm like, dude, I'm in such amazingly... Also, yeah, like you saw that. When I saw them tribute and do that effect with Necroval, I was like, yes, I'm winning my promotion game. I'm in such a powerful position. I can't lose. Oh. So that's what it feels like to have my stuff be lava golem. Only fair. That's why I D-barrier right off the rip. I was like, no rituals, right? Bounce that you relinquished. Anima. Oh my god, they run 2. You bastard. That's why I imperm. So now I have no set cards. Oh boy, what do I top deck? But another imperm. That's okay. We take that. It worked out great in that sequence that I bounced the first one and then imperm so I could still do 3k to the dome with them. That was actually pretty clutch because it gave me... They gave them 1 less turn specifically because here they just pass. They cannot play under Necro Valley. I'm like, oh my god, I did not see this coming. And I get pot of extra off the rip. This is the one time they don't surrender off of seeing that. And I attack them with their own lava golem straight to the dome. The cycle is complete. I've had this done to me several times, and now I'm the one doing it to them. So with that, guys, there'll probably be a big, nice spacing in between these Labrynth the Masters. You'll definitely see some... maybe Bestial, Lair of Darkness, and then some event gameplay. So, stay fiending, motherfuckers. I'll catch you around.